Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Super awesome day today. We can get started on this X-Class build. First things first, I'm going to start off building up the frame. I know I'm probably going to go backwards after I get the frame built up, but I want to get this thing together and kind of flesh out where all the pieces are going to go. Mostly for the electronics and the motors, but I want to see how this thing goes together. So stick with me. Let's check this out. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. It's hot where I'm at, and I got to have the door open for the AC. Otherwise, I'm going to overheat down here and not be super happy. All right, so let's get started on it. So this is the iFlight IXC13. This is provided by Banggood to help me out. It's provided by Banggood for review for my X-Class build that they are so graciously helping me out build this thing, and I cannot thank them enough. If it was not for Banggood and the people watching my videos and clicking those links in the description, there's absolutely no way I'd be able to do this. This is the only thing that's been able to keep me going in this hobby. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Now let's get this guy together. All right, so let's get all the junk out of the box here. Wow, that's a lot of little screws. Jeez. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start by building up the arms. Square tubing, the ends are kind of cut like crap. They are kind of nasty. A little bit of delamination on them, but I don't think it's really gonna matter where that cut is. You see down inside of there. Maybe, I don't know. But we'll get started on that. Let's see, these arms are, they are 20 by 20 arms, and the carbon on them is about 1 mil thick. And I don't really know if that is a good thing or a bad thing. It's definitely going to keep the weight down, that's for sure. So I'm pretty sure it's going to go like that. Oh man, there are so many pieces, and they all look pretty much the same. I think what I'm going to do is just start stacking up all these little pieces to kind of make them all, just so I have stacks of different types of parts. They all have little minute differences here. I always find it's good practice to just kind of lay out all your bits and pieces so you know what you're working with here. Also to identify differences, like subtle differences, like these two sets of plates here, they look almost exactly the same except for there's a little notch on this stack of parts. All right, so I think I need 2 of these and a 3x30 screw. No shame in using a ruler, guys. Don't fight it, just do it. And an M3 nut on this side. And I'm not going to tighten anything down too tight, just kind of get it snug. So it looks like the plates with the flat edges go on the top, and I'm thinking the ones with the nubs go on the bottom. I think. What is this? Oh, or is this to accommodate for different motor bases? Ah, that's what this is. This is different size motors, so get one of these bad boys over here, see what fits. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably that one there. Definitely not these guys. So this entire stack of carbon pieces, we're not gonna need those. So we can go ahead and get them out of the way. And it looks like, let's see, what goes underneath? 2, 4, 6, 8. So definitely not those. I think this goes underneath. Yeah, all right, so this goes on the underside. between the side plates. Everything's a pretty darn tight fit. Ooh, wow, that is tight. That's good. It's gonna make life difficult, but it's better to be tight than loose, I guess. And then 3x20 standoffs. That's these little dog bone style ones. Looks like one of them goes up and down like this, and with a 3x6 mil screw. This is these short guys here. So it looks like it's going to go like this. And then it looks like there's another 3x20 standoff that goes that way with another screw on it, like so. So that looks like that's how that goes there. Yeah, like that. It's like this is going to go on like so. Yeah, like that. And then another one of these goes on like so. This carbon does fit together pretty darn tight. There we go. You just got to push everything together nice and evenly. So that goes like that. That gets a nut. This gets a 6mm screw through the little standoff there. This side gets a 3mm screw through here. And we get 2 more screws, 3x30s, through the top here. And 2 more nuts on the underside here. There you go. That's one arm. Not sure how I'm going to attach the motor now, since it's already kind of half assembled. Should be interesting. I'm really hoping I don't have to put the motor on first, because that's just going to be really annoying. Hopefully these screws are already the right length that came with the motors. I really don't want to have to find new screws. Yeah, those screws will be just fine. These are the screws that came with the motors. Let's see if this is going to work. If I can pop a motor. So yeah, looks like I'm going to have to put the motors on the plates before I put them on the arms, because I can't feed the screws up through here. It looks like I might be able to, but I don't think so. So I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this and put the motor on it, and I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
All right, and we're back. I think I had to build that up at least twice now. Yeah, I see this being a downside of this frame, is there's no way to get a driver in there to take these motors off without taking this whole arm end off. But it does look like it'd be easy to get the whole thing off by just pulling these 1, 2, and 3 screws, and you could just pull the whole thing off the end here. I did go back and I Loctited all 4 of my motor bolts and the 4 screws for these 2 standoffs. I did not Loctite these because they have Nylock nuts on them that should be self-retaining. So we're just gonna ride like that. There is one arm right there. Barely even fits on the camera. So, all right, I'm gonna build up the next three. They should be pretty much exactly the same.
One eternity later.
All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 arms built up. Motors on, everything. Everything's Loctite, ready to go. A couple things I noticed while I'm putting this together. This is really satisfying putting this frame together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It's kind of neat. Serviceability is going to be not great, mostly because I can't actually reach the screws to take the motors off if I have to get those out. It won't be all that difficult, but it'll be taking out these 2 bolts here and the one on the side, and then the arm slides off the end here, and then you can disassemble 2 of these screws, one on each of the standoffs, and then basically the plates come off. You can get to the motor and take it off. So it's, if you need to take a motor off, it's not going to be a quick job, but it's definitely doable. All right, so now we can move on to the center section of the frame. I'm just gonna kind of see what's what here. It looks like this is the bottom plate. This looks like the rear. This is the top plate, and I think the top plate goes like that. Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be the bottom plate with one of these little side pieces, top plate on here like this, and then another little side plate here to kind of build up this center section. And it all kind of just snaps together. It's like Legos, just carbon Legos. See, then the camera cage looks like it goes like this. Yeah, so the camera cage is gonna have to go on before anything else. Just gonna get these off of here. Camera cage is gonna go like, yeah. And probably like this. I think kind of like that. That's how this camera cage is going to have to go. And the top plate is going to go up on top of the camera plates like this. It's carbon fiber origami. There, it eventually goes together. You just got to kind of wiggle it all together. Actually, it looks like the front edge of this plate probably could use to be trimmed back just a hair. It's an extremely tight fit. It almost feels like it's a little too tight of a fit, but we'll just work through it here. There we go. So there's the camera cage and the top plate kind of sandwiched together. And then this is just going to go around like this. And then an arm is going to go on like that. So, not too bad. Serviceability doesn't look like it's going to be great as far as trying to get to the flight controller stack, because to get underneath this plate, you're going to have to take off all 4 arms, take off all 8 of these little side plates, to get into the lower section here to get to your flight controller stack. So not the best configuration, but it's not terrible. I could think of definitely better ways to do this, but I don't know. This is a pretty inexpensive frame, so I'm just gonna live with it the way it is. Now let's go ahead and just finish building this up just to get an idea what it looks like. Oh, and then there's this. This probably should have went between here before I put the camera plates together. That's all right. I'm gonna have to break this all down again to put the flight controller in it. I'll come back and do that later. But I just want to get the frame together for now. This thing is just an unwieldy beast to put together. Jeez. My bench is not big enough. Well, that's pretty much the frame assembled. This thing is enormous. Like I can't even get this thing all in frame. Oh man. You don't realize how big it is until it's assembled. All right, well, here it is. Just got the motors on it and the frame kind of lightly assembled. Put some props on it just to kind of get a real good look at how big it is, and just for perspective. There's a Floss 3 5-inch. I mean, this thing is just enormous. I am super excited to get this thing up in the air and flying. And I think that's going to do it for this video. I really just wanted to cover getting the frame together. It's a decent frame. It's a lot of bits and pieces. I do highly recommend wearing gloves while you're assembling because I think I got a carbon fiber splinter, which I know is not really good for you. Serviceability is not going to be great. The frame's pretty darn light though. It's really light for as big as it is. I don't think it's going to crash well. Probably get broken pretty easily if you crash it. But anyways, that's about it. Super excited to get this thing together. If you guys like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload the next video in this series. I think the next one we're going to get into the flight stack and electronics, wiring all that stuff up. And check out the product links in the description below if you want to help me out. This stuff was mostly supplied by Banggood to help me get this X-Class build off the ground. And I hope you guys are really enjoying this. I am super excited, and I will see you next time. Bye.